In the deep silence of the high mountains, where the clouds touch the earth, there is a wisdom that often escapes us. We spend our lives preparing for the great storms, tragedy, loss, and the heavy burdens of fate. But often, it is not the mountain ahead that stops us from walking our path. It is the pebble inside our shoe. Today, we invite you to listen to a story from a dying master. It is a story not of demons, nor of great miracles. It is a story about a trap so subtle, so comfortable, and so small that it began with a single, harmless cat. This is a story about the nature of attachment. And perhaps the old master, having lived 80 winters, lay upon his bamboo bed. His breath was shallow, fluttering like a candle flame in a gentle wind. Beside him sat his youngest disciple, waiting for a final transmission of truth. The disciple expected a secret mantra, or perhaps a profound explanation of the scriptures. But the master opened his eyes that were still clear and sharp-end, whispered, "My child, the oil in my lamp is running low. Before I depart, I must leave you with the truth. Not a scripture from a book, but a story from my own life. A story of how I almost lost my soul because of a cat." The young disciple was confused. A cat? How could a small, innocent creature threaten the enlightenment of a great master? Years ago, when I was young and full of fire like you, I renounced the world. I left the monastery and went deep into the forest. I built a small grass hut, determined to meditate in solitude until I found the ultimate truth. I owned nothing but 2 robes. I was free, or so I thought. But peace is a fortress that is hard to defend. In that lonely hut, there were rats. Every night, while the young monk tried to enter deep meditation, the rats would come. They gnawed on his only robes. He patched them, and the next night, they were torn again. His mind was disturbed. Worry replaced silence. He could not focus. The villagers nearby gave him advice. "Master, why suffer? Get a cat. The rats will fear the smell and leave you in peace." It seemed like wisdom. It seemed like a practical solution. So, I got a cat. The rats vanished. My robes were safe. I congratulated myself on solving the problem. But my child, that is when the real problem began. The cat needed milk. A monk cannot beg for milk for a cat every day. It takes too much time away from meditation to walk to the village and back just for a pet. So, the villagers said, "Master, do not tire yourself. Get a cow. You will have milk right here at the hut." The logic was sound. He accepted a cow. But a cow is a heavy responsibility. It needs grass. It needs water. It needs a clean stall. The monk who sought to meditate on the emptiness of the self, now spent his days cutting grass and cleaning manure. He had become a herdsman in saffron robes. Seeing his struggle, the villagers offered another solution. "Master, there is a widow in the village. She is poor and alone. Let her come and tend to the cow for you. She gains a home, and you gain your time back to meditate." I told myself it was compassion. I told myself it was efficient. I agreed. But fire near dry straw will eventually burn. The solitude of the forest was replaced by companionship. Slowly, the discipline faded. The monk and the woman fell in love. He returned to the secular world. He married her. For 10 long years, he lived a life of worldly noise, debt, and endless obligation. All because a key wanted to protect a robe from a rat. It took me 10 years to wake up. One day, sitting amidst the noise of my household, I remembered my grass hut. I realized I had traded my supreme gold, the liberation of my spirit, for a chain of small comforts. The old master squeezed the hand of his young disciple. I left everything behind for the second time. I returned to the temple, starting from zero, begging for readmission. I paid for that lesson with 10 years of my life. The room fell silent. The young disciple looked at his master with wide eyes, realizing the weight of the confession. The master pulled himself up, his voice becoming stern and powerful. "Listen to me. The cat is not just a cat. The rat is not just a rat. This is the most important lesson I can teach you. This story is a mirror. Look into it." The master's lesson is a warning against the domino effect of attachment. We guard ourselves against big sins, stealing, violence, great greed. But we leave the door open for small comforts. The rat represents the small inconveniences of life. The cat represents the temporary solution that brings a new dependency. Think of your own life. How often do you say, "I will just buy this one thing to make life easier. I will just download this app to relax for 5 minutes. I will just take this one small shortcut." But like the monk, the cat needs a cow. The phone needs a charger, then headphones, then a subscription, then hours of your attention. The shortcut leads to a habit. The habit becomes a lifestyle, and the lifestyle becomes your destiny. Attachment acts like a thin thread. At first, it is light. You barely feel it tied around your ankle. But if you do not cut it, that thread pulls in a rope. The rope pulls in a chain. And before you know it, you are dragging a mountain of unnecessary burdens, wondering why you can no longer walk the path of freedom, my child. Never allow the first cat into your mind. To walk the path of wisdom, you must have vision. You must see the chain of events before they happen. When a desire arises, ask yourself, if I accept this, what must I accept next? If you cannot tolerate the rat gnawing at your robe, you will never be able to sit peacefully on the lotus throne. True freedom is not having a perfect environment. True freedom is an undisturbed mind amidst the imperfections. The master closed his eyes, a faint smile on his lips. He had passed on the burden of his wisdom. The temple bell rang, deep and resonant, carrying his message into the valley below. As you go about your day today, look at your life. What is the cat you are feeding? What small distraction is slowly demanding more and more of your soul? Let go of the cow. Let go of the cat. Let the rat be, and return to the silence of your true self.